this afternoon, we are going to discuss the topic, the interface between history and digital humanities. So I want you to pay a very close attention to the discussants who shall come up to next.
Good day, class. My name is Michael Joy. I'm the group leader and we are here to present history and digital humanities. My name is Daniel Chidera Cynthia. And then Osase Favor Esosa. We are going to talk about history and digital humanities. And when we say history and digital humanities, we mean, when we say history, what do we mean by history? History is the study of the past life of people or what happened during the past. We can say manuscripts, sometimes we can talk about people's culture and how it has changed over time. And then we bring in digital humanities into it. When we say digital, it means technology. So we are bringing technology into history right now. So digital humanities in history is bringing history, like the past cultures or the past works into technology in form of scanning, digital mining and data mining, textual analysis, and some of the digital humanities it didn't just come like now. It started dated back to 1940. It started with Roberto, who was on something, and he was working on a project with the IBM, and then that was the first time he used computer to bring culture. That's Thomas Aquina's work. That was when he brought used computer to bring his work to life. And then with time, they started bringing different types of cultures into digital humanities. Just like this Medusa. If you should say Medusa, like many of us don't know Medusa, but digital humanities in like 3D models, we are able to see some pictures. Then when we search Medusa, they will bring some kind of picture. So an extent that they will make a video, and then you feel like it's Medusa that is talking to you. This is the work of digital humanities. It's able to bring things that are in the past into life. And just like you're making research as a historian, you say want to make research. Back in the days, historians have to go to different places just to bring materials, to bring manuscripts, to study works. But digital humanities are making it so easy that we don't even need to bring all those things. We don't need to go far, we don't need to spend transport. Just at the comfort of our home, we can carry our phone and then we search. Then we bring those pictures, we bring those images. Or sometimes when we search, we get 3D models that are able to describe how certain place, even Jerusalem now, like many of us don't know how Jerusalem looks like, but if we search, we are going to see Jerusalem, it's going to look like we have been there before. Or like tomb, the stone that was used to kill Jesus or something like that, the places that giants live, we're able to see it through social media, through digital apps. Well, my fellow colleagues is going to enlighten you guys more.
Good day, everybody. My name is Daniel Chidera. We're going to the definition of digital humanities. Digital humanities is a set of practices that apply computer tools. It's a set of practices that apply computational tools to humanities. And digital humanities can be defined as a set of practices that apply computational tools to the discipline of humanities with its content. So, in digital humanities, you apply computational tools.
You you can see he's reading from the phone to show us how to apply digital humanities. The practical reading from the phone. So clap for him.
So in digital humanities, we apply computational tools to our discipline of humanity. So under it, we're defining humanities, and we say under it there are various range which include tests, encoding, and digitization. This involves converting written text into machine learning formats using standards such as text encoding. Like this text encoding means converting written text, like what we use, into machine formats that can be read to the computer. And we also have digitalization, which also refers to scanning physical documents like manuscripts, books, newspaper into digital format. Like if we use scanners, we can use it to scan all these things. Instead of typing it manually to the computer, we can scan it and it will be in the computer. Then we have visualization and mapping. Digital humanities uses visualization tools such as charts, graphs, timeline, and we have visualization and mapping. Digital humanities uses visualization tools such as charts, graphs, and timelines, so that it will be easier to understand and interpret. Then we also have digital archiving. Digital archiving and preservation. This refers to the creation of non-lasting, organized, or cultural texts.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chopra Cynthia, and I'll be speaking on the topic on impact of digital humanities in the study of history. So, the impact simply means how well digital humanities have improved the study of history. So, I'm starting with the increased access to information online, the increased access to historical materials. Now, you can be at the comfort of your house, your phone or your device, your technology device, your laptop, your iPad, trying to get information from across the globe, just like you did in school, using it to read out what is there. Yeah, that's a good asset to get it. They have better ways of improving studies on the past, how you study the past events, cultural, how to assess and preserve culture. Digital humanities now makes it very more easier and effective to preserve lost cultures. This way, like you read mythology and all whatnot that happened in the past, now this one makes it more accessible to us. We can now get information, everything about cultural activities and historical things that have happened in the past. Now the collaboration and interdisciplinary of other disciplines, like we have the computer science, the use of the internet, the collaborating together, fusion of the history and computer to make life simpler for each and every one of us. Just to get the access, the information and everything from the internet and the website. Then involving saving time with technology. Obviously, when you have your smartphone with you and you have your data, the internet is working, everything is in good condition, it saves time for effective work. It makes you do your thing immediately without much waste of time. You don't have to travel far. Like if it was in those days when there was no internet, no technology, you know, the historians have to travel far and wide to other places to get information, which is very, very bad. Just makes it work slow. But most times it can take months for them to get where they're getting and get the required information and take them, which is very, very but now with the aid of digital humanities, it has improved access and everything. So thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Osaze Esisafim.
just as digital humanities has its positive impact, there are also the negative effects of digital humanities, and that is what I'm going to talk about today. And let's talk about the negative effects of digital humanities in the study of history. Number one, the over-reliance on digitized materials. Now, we will all agree that in our society today, people rely heavily on digital technology. If you go out today and you hear someone talk about something that you not heard before, the first thing that comes to your mind is pick up your phone to Google it or search online to get more information about it. But now, what we don't know is that these information online are not really complete. Digitization prioritizes materials from well-funded Western institutions, leaving out lots of historical archives from non-Western countries like Nigeria or in countries in Africa due to low cost and funds and waste of them. Number two, we have technological excellence and data decay. Now, the rapid pace of technological advancement poses a major threat to the preservation of digital records. For example, a lot of digital humanities materials were stored in Adobe Flash websites, but after Flash was discontinued in 2020, those information, those materials became unaccessible. This is another effect of digitization. Sometimes these, unlike paper, when you write down something on paper, you can easily see when the information on the paper is not becoming clearer. But the issue with digitization is that you don't really know. You can just wake up one morning and you find out that the particular device you stored your information is no longer compatible. Like they are advanced, like something else is there. And if your file wasn't supported, you just lose everything all of a sudden. Now, number three, we have digital colonialism and ethical concerns. Digital projects are often hosted and controlled by institutions in the global north, even when they involve materials from the global south. This creates a form of digital colonization. Now, an example of digital colonization is somebody coming to your house and taking your family photo out, and the person publishes it online and begins to tell the story of everything in that photo album without involving you. The person is not your family member, the person wasn't in the picture, and he doesn't even know what went on. But then you can know everything. Just because the person has the power and the person is in control of everything, the person will get to decide what to put out and what not to put out. And even some is the same thing that happens in Nigeria here. Because the Westerners are in control of this whole space, they get to decide what to put out and what not to put out without consulting what the parents from this country heritage. Even some of our cultural secrets and our community secrets, our cultural traditions that we don't want to put out, we don't want people to see because it might be misinterpreted. But because it's not in our hands, we are the ones that control this thing. So we decide what to do and what not to do. Another effect is loss of materiality in historical sources. When a material is digitized, it loses its multi-sensory aspects that provide important contextual information for the story. Let's say, for instance, you are doing an investigation on something that happened during a particular time. When you are there and all my members have said, and I'm sure you guys must have understood how the humanities has been able to improve history and also improve other courses in humanities. And then she was talking about the negative effects of digital humanities. There's this video, or should I say, yes, that I was watching online. And then, with the help of digital humanities, that's what I'm saying. A son looks for his father's picture, and then he puts it in a news where they are looking for somebody. And then he sends it to his father. Daddy, you are wanted. And then the father was chatting.
Okay,
No,
that's
this is
not
wrong.
right.
It's a mistake. This is wrong. And then he said, "Well, this is what the news said." Then the son did another one and said it to him. This is you. Why would you steal something like this? And he was like, they are filming me. This is not.
Exactly.
And then the father was calling him. He refused to pick his father's phone. He said the cops will be coming very soon. And this is what these humanities can cause sometimes. Like many people, they want to verify information, but once they see, this person, are you sure? Are you serious? This kind of person, so this is how the person is. And in as much as digital humanities has negative sides, you can say digital humanities has really helped us a lot. Like there are some cultures, many cultures. There's this story of Titanic. There's this man that, according to through online stuff, I saw that the man, like he was a pastor and then he saved somebody with his life jacket. It was many more. But when you notice that the person hasn't given his life to Christ, then he pulled his life jacket and gave it to the person and was preaching to that person. You guys search it on my end to see. He was the only survivor, like aside from the woman that he was the only survivor. And he was the one that talked about that pastor. I don't really know how to know about those things. So this is how these two minds are still close and it's how the history and all that. It's all the upstairs.
Learn something from their discussion. So they give them a hand. It's time for integration. Anything that you want more clarifications on, then you can raise your hand. Anybody? If you don't have our action, I will.
And she said computer science is part of it, so I don't understand how she answer it. But I made mention of it. You know, the digital humanities is like the combination of both humanities and digitalization. So I picked out the digital part of it. In digital, we talk about computer, that's where the computer comes in. So the fusion of the computer part with history. Answer the question, right?
Actually, answer your question. Is it clear now? Any other question? Any other question? My question is, humanities? Why digital humanities? Why not digital whatever? Why that particular thing? That discipline, humanities, added to digital. Can anybody help us? Why digital humanities? Why not digital science? Why not digital whatever? Why that humanities there?
Why it's called digital humanities is because humanities is the study of human life, like the cultures, everything that human does. And when we say digital humanities, we're talking about courses under humanities, like bringing digital technology, digital tools into those courses in humanities. Just like literature, language, music, archaeology. This is how we bring digital humanities. So that's what we mean by humanities.
Any other person that has anything? Any contribution? Apart from what they have said, any contribution? Any contribution from the audience? Huh? We want one of you to say something here, at least to show that you understood what they said.
What she said, I want to add on the disadvantage of digital humanities. For example, in our world today, everybody wants to go global. Like the TikTokers, the Facebookers, everybody wants to trade. People that are popular to an extent. And this thing has created a kind of competition online, whereby people kind of bring a lot of pranks into use just because they want to have more followers and everything. I watched a prank one day. The guy wanted to prank his sister, so he put on a very scary costume, and then he hid in the background and he switched off the lights. So when the sister came from market or something like that, he just turned on the lights, and with the scary face and everything, she ran back, and immediately she ran, the trailer just hit her, she died instantly. This is also one of the disadvantages of people, just because of he wanted to have followers and everything, and that will cost his life with his sister. So most times when we are doing something, we should think about the future impact and the disadvantage.
Yes, someone from the audience help us to thank the discussants.
Good afternoon. Okay. My name is Chukwudi Roots. Having heard everything they said about digital humanities, I'm sure we've all learned a lot today on it. Not just me, because personally, I would say they did a wonderful job on it by exposing to us how computer can actually affect humanity, not just the good but also the bad side. Like the third speaker spoke on the impacts the computer can have on human life. The fourth speaker also exposed us to the negative part, just as the life itself has the sunny and the seamy sides. Everything is not balanced. There's a good and there's a bad side to everything. So I thank you all very well, starting from the leader to the last speaker. You all did very well, and on behalf of the class, I say thank you very much and keep it up. Thank you.
I think this will bring this episode to an end. So we thank you, the audience, we thank the presenters for a job well done. And we believe strongly that the next group will do better than this first group. A round of applause for them once again.